Hey, today's Kiss from Kristin is for you. If you've had a wake-up call, you know it's time to quit dinking around with what are you going to do to fit into that dress, and it's time to get serious about what are you going to do to improve your health. What are you going to do to enjoy your life? Maybe you've had a diagnosis. Maybe it's been a health scare. And maybe you just can't deny it anymore, that you're not taking care of yourself and you feel older than you should be. Today, we're going to talk about tools for improving your health, specifically the bathroom scale, and how this is a tool that I see a lot of women using as a weapon. I'm Kristin Wood, your favorite body wellness coach, and I help women turn their health around so that they can enjoy life, feel good in their body, and do it without prescriptions. So leave me a comment, let me know that you're here watching, and click subscribe. I've got all kinds of Kiss from Kristins out there that you can go back and watch, find something that you want to take action on, and maybe get the inspiration that you need to get the ball rolling in your health. So what is a tool? A tool is anything that is going to help you collect data so that you can assess if the actions that you're taking are actually working for you or if you need to let them go. Now, some of the tools that I recommend to my clients are things like a food log, a journal, a wearable tracker, a measuring tape, and yes, even the scale. But all of these are intended to be used as a tool, a way that you collect data and assess what is working and what isn't working. And I feel like a common perception is that if you're thin, you're healthy, and that's not necessarily true. But I feel like it's kind of gotten ingrained in us because from the time we're born, if we are at the doctor's office, which we naturally assume with health, we get weighed. So there's a connection made between the scale and a doctor and health. So it's easy for us to think that there's a certain number, but there's not a certain number that you're going to hit it and bells and whistles are going to go off and you're going to be at your optimal health. That number on the scale is not going to ever tell you that. It's going to be a combination of things. And that's why I encourage clients to not just set the goal of a weight, a number on the scale, determining that they've reached optimal health. There's several different things that we look at. It's feelings, emotions, actions. The number on the scale can be part of that, but it's not the one and only thing. And when we use the scale as a weapon, that's going to look like, are you obsessed that you have got to weigh every day? And if you can't weigh, you get really anxious about that. That's using the scale as a weapon against yourself. Are you seeing the number on the scale and letting that number determine your mood? Letting that number set your self-worth, your value? Are you letting that number determine what you get to wear, where you get to go? That's what I see happening so much, is that we see that number and we just get angry with ourselves. And it kind of works both ways, because I can certainly remember times when I'd see a number on the scale and was like, woohoo, it's down a few pounds. I deserve a treat. And then that action backfires, and the next day I've yo-yoed back up. And then I'd be angry at myself. I'd be mad. I'd punish myself, whether that was by what I got to eat or didn't get to eat, or by how much I had to work out, or what I could do or not do. That is using the scale as a weapon. So if you're seeing that, yeah, I think I'm using it as a weapon. What should I do differently? What I encourage you to do differently is remember that that number, it's just a data point. It's just giving you feedback on the actions that you've made. Letting you know, are those actions ones that you need to do more of or less of? And I kind of think just by hearing this message, probably the next time you step on the scale, you might have the thought, or even my words in your head, am I using this as a weapon or a tool? And to use it as a tool looks like when you see the number, what are you making that number mean? What does it mean about you? What are you letting that number let you feel like? What are your emotions around it? Getting clear. That clarity is all part of the data points that we're collecting to improve your health. That's the kind of data that's going to help us determine what works for you, what doesn't work for you. Because improving your health is not cookie cutter. All of our bodies are different. There's a lot of similarities, but things affect us all differently. And we want to make sure that you're spending your time doing the things that work for you, not just spinning your wheels on something that works for someone else. So the tape measure is something that you could use more of if the scale is a weapon. And the tape measure, you know, I haven't met a woman yet that was excited to unroll a tape measure and wrap it around her body. But a lot of times when we start to see a shift, we're going to notice it on the tape measure first. So I always encourage clients to take measurements. And some people just are flat out, no, they're not going to do it. And that's a personal choice. But I'm still going to encourage it because I, in particular, have a client that over the last year, she has made several changes in her choices. And she's not seen the shift on the scale that she'd hoped she would see. But the shift on the tape measure is pretty significant. And she'll admit that had she just been going by the number on the scale, she would have quit a long time ago. She would have said, this isn't working for me. And she would have quit. But because she has the numbers on the tape measure that are showing her that her actions are working, other non-scale victories like her energy, her stamina, stairs are not a problem anymore. Those things, the way her mindset is, she can see so many non-scale victories that she knows she's on the right path. And right now, it's a body composition change. And she's okay with that because she's got all these other wins that are supporting her. So using other things to track your wins versus just the scale is going to be huge in your journey. And if you feel like this is something that's deeply wired in, that I've got to look at the scale, that the scale is the end all be all, we need to talk. Book a 45-minute Unlock Your Wellness session. It's a no-charge session, and we're going to talk about where you're at, what your goals are, if you need support, or maybe you just need pointed in the right direction. Book your call and let's get started. Let's get you on the path to health and make sure that you're using all your tools as tools. I hope you got some value out of this, and I will see you next week with another Kiss from Kristin. Bye-bye.